Don't y'all just hate somebody who can't respect the boundaries of your relationship? I'm talking about somebody that just don't know how to say no. We can't be friends. We can't hang out. I can no longer talk to you because you have disrespected my relationship. Don't you just hate a friendly motherfucker? You know what? Today we're supposed to be talking about Capricorns and what love is looking like for them for this year, what's happening, how can they get it, and what they need to watch out for. And I honestly think that that might be a part of where we're going today. Um, but I feel like we need to really watch out for those people who have weak boundaries. Like, literally, watch out for those people that don't know how to say no, that feel like they need to be so friendly to everybody. Those people will secretly ruin a lot of their relationships because they will always put them in places to be in jeopardy or to be ruined. So let's talk about Capricorn though. Let's really see what's going on for the collective in that sense. Let's talk about what's happening right now in love for y'all. So what I feel with what's happening right now for Capricorn, I feel like there's a lot of frustration surrounded around love. I want to say, and I feel like this frustration is surrounded around communication. I feel like a lot of y'all are trying to talk to somebody or you're with somebody and communication is just all off. Like it seems like y'all cannot get understood by this person. This person just seems like they just don't get it, and it seems like they just not, you don't feel heard in this situation or connection that you have with this other individual. um it feels like uh for half of y'all, I will say this, it feels like this other person is secretive. It feels like you can't, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think you can trust this individual. I even feel like they've cheated. So for some of you who are currently in relationships with this person has already cheated on you. Yes, they have. And I do feel like some of you have that feeling. Some of you are already suspicious about it, but you don't know. You don't have that concrete evidence. For some of you, don't. Some of you that don't have that concrete evidence, but you have that feeling, I'm trying to tell you that's your intuition. Yes, they did it. Don't put it past them. We are not giving any passes this year. We're not giving any, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. No, that's not what we do because that's how we get in fucked up situations. So, yes, that person is definitely cheating on you. Um I what is this? But you know what? My Capricorns, y'all have such a big heart. Y'all have such a hard exterior. You really do. But you have such a big heart. Um but there's still, you still got that side of you where it's like, listen, it's only so much that I'm gonna deal with before you got to go. And now you playing with me, you playing with my money, you got me all stressed out, my weight up and down, can't keep my food down. Y'all are like a Helen. Helen trying to get her revenge back on Charles. If you've seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman, it's a nod to one of my favorites. But yes, it does feel like some of you are already like at your wits end, and you're really like, I'm about to be done with this. Most of you, I feel like, yeah, you need to be done with it. You really need to be. Um, I will say there feels like what's happening now for some of you. It does feel like some of you are impatient. I do feel there are a few of you who want to follow your heart and you want love, but you're also impatient when it comes to love too. Impatient in the sense of you don't know how to give people time to really understand you or really meet your needs. Like, you want to see it right then and there. You don't want to have to wait for it. And listen, 100%, I get it. I get it. You want somebody to come ready, not have to get ready. But sometimes those people still have to readjust. They have to learn, okay, this is a new person. I don't know how they operate. I don't know their needs. I don't know their wants. And I need to learn this. And they will make mistakes. Mistakes. Put a note on that. Mistakes are completely different from patterns. Okay? A mistake can happen once or twice. A pattern will continuously keep happening. So make sure you keep that in your back pocket. Um, But yeah, I feel like some of you just have to be a little bit more patient with the people that you talk to, and really allow them into your world, and into what you need, and give them the opportunity and the space to change themselves to make that, to meet you, is what I meant to say. Hold on, give me 1 second. For some reason, I'm seeing the image of like drugs, like smoking. I see the image of someone who's smoking. I feel like some of you are dealing with someone who smokes, or does drugs in some sort of way. And but now I'm also seeing the image of money. Capricorns, what's going on? I'm seeing the image of money with this. I feel like somebody's dealing with somebody who does drugs, and then this is also related to money. Um, I feel like this is how they it feels like this is how they make their money, but then at the same sense, it also feels like they ain't got none. It feels like back and forth. Like this is how I get money, but then I also don't have any money. That's what I feel. I'm wonder how that connects. That could be somebody that's around y'all. I don't know if you're talking to somebody that's like that, but yeah, I'm seeing that in my mind. Um, yeah, this feels like this is a male. So I might be talking to the woman on this one. It feels like this is a male. Yeah, interesting. Um, hmm. So yeah, for my women, let's go on that side of the fence. For my women that's connected to this male, I mean, I feel like y'all find him really attractive. You really like him, but at the same sense, I feel like he ain't no good for you. You need to let him go. Yeah, you just need to let him go. He is no good for you whatsoever. And I just wrote the initial M randomly, so I think that might have a connection to him too. I wrote the initial M, but yeah, I feel like you gotta want better in people. And I feel like I'm gonna talk to the collective on both sides of this. I feel like we have these things that are attracted to when it comes to certain individuals. But for you Capricorns, attraction cannot be the only thing that pulls you in. Chemistry cannot be the only thing that pulls you in and keeps you there. You have to look at values. You have to look at morals. You have to look at the full picture of this person, not just what you feel. So for my Capricorns, because I know there are some out there that, oh, I really like this person. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. That's not enough to keep a relationship healthy, and it's not enough to keep a relationship long term. And for my women who are focused on this male right here, this doesn't even feel like it's a committed thing, honestly. I feel like it's an on and off connection. So yeah, if you want commitment, you got to go find commitment and stop looking for it in places that it doesn't exist. And that goes for everybody. And I think we're actually merging, because I said we were going to talk about what's happening now for y'all and how to get love. So we're kind of mixing both of those together. So listen up, not like listen. This is how you get the love that you want. Excuse me. You gotta drop those boundaries. A lot of y'all have those walls up. They're really thick too. You gotta let people in. I know a lot of Capricorns are like, "Ugh, I'm so tired of letting people in. When I let people in, I get hurt." Guess what? That is how you are able to filter out who needs to be around you and who doesn't. You do have to get hurt, but you only gotta get hurt one time. That's it. You only gotta get hurt one time. And I'll tell you this, it's like micro hurts. Look for those. Don't wait for the big moment. Look for the micro ones. Um, because I feel like some of you actually deal with someone who disrespects you, and they know it. You talk to them about it. You let them know that this is not what you like, and they do it anyway. That's a little micro hurt. Now, don't wait until that gets to a bigger situation, and now it's, well, it's me. No, you allowed that to happen. Stop it right there. Okay, I have a boundary. You keep disrespecting it. I'm gonna have to let you go. Because someone who wants to respect you will respect you. They will do what they need to do. And if they feel resistant about it, then they'll talk about it. But they're not gonna just blatantly keep stepping on your heart or your feelings and expect you to stay. No. So Capricorn, definitely like not pay attention to the little signs first. I guess we're also blending in what to watch out for. There you go. I guess we're going down the list, y'all. Um, Let me see. But I feel like I want to talk about overall for love for Capricorn this year. Let's talk about that overall for love. I feel like um, there's going to be a lot of tests in love for you, Capricorn, within this year. I feel like it's going to be a lot of tests and when it comes to trust, when it comes to faith, when it comes to vulnerability, and when it comes to uh, allowing yourself to fully be seen by another person. Because a lot of you struggle with being transparent, allowing yourself to be seen authentically, not with that shield and not with the mask, but honestly. And so you have a lot of tests coming up this year in that regard. I feel like for some of you, I feel like this test is going to show up in multiple ways. It won't just be in love of romance, but it's going to be love in friendships. You're gonna have these tests in friendships. How do you need to show up? How do you need to be open hearted? How do you need to be accountable for your actions? Because Capricorn, there feels like there's few of you that struggle with accountability. You struggle with saying, you know what, I was wrong. Because a lot of y'all like to be right. A lot of y'all, these are the facts, these are the details. But you have to understand that when it comes to emotion, details don't matter. So a lot of y'all gotta know how to blend the two, or sometimes just pay attention to the heart. What is the heart of this person? What do they need from you, and meet them there, and not feel like, because it almost feels like y'all kind of feel like, oh, I have to stoop down. I'm not gonna stoop down to this person's level just because they can't see what I see. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's just about opening another part of yourself that you typically keep closed off in those moments. So, yes, it's going to pop up in friendships, it's going to pop up in romance too. Um, I feel like a lot of you are really like in your bubble. You're in your comfort zone. Some of you don't want to put yourselves out there. Some of you aren't even looking for love, if I'm being honest. You're not, but you secretly want it though. That's the funny thing. I'm not looking for it, but I do secretly want it. Um, and I feel like this year is going to talk a little bit more about not really putting yourself out there, but shifting your energy to available and open, but not desperate and seeking attention. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, if I go to a club, I'm going in there with confidence. I'm going in there with my arms open. Yes, I'm open and I'm available, but I'm also not in everybody's face. I'm also not jumping from person to person, grabbing every number that I can. I'm not on every single dating app that I can name that's longer than the wall of China. No. I'm in places that you can get me, but I'm not selling myself. Let me put it like that. I'm not selling myself. So I feel like that's that energy that Capricorn needs to embody this year overall, in order to really attract that person that they're looking for. That person, I feel like that person is going to come to you. For some of you, I feel like I'm getting like a split thing. For some of you, I feel like you're going to meet somebody at work if you haven't already. There's going to be someone that you meet at work that is going to be interested in you. For the other half, I feel like some of you are going to meet this person at what seems to be a social event. So this can be like a party, a gathering, or something like that. I feel like half of you are going to meet somebody at work. Some of you are going to meet somebody at a social event. Excuse me. And I feel like, at that point in time, it'll be up to you to kind of gauge that connection and use these tips that I've given you, these tools that I've given you to really see, is this a person that can be long term for me? And I do feel that for majority of you, there is long term potential for this person that you're gonna meet. I feel like schedules and timing is gonna be like unaligned. So it's gonna be really difficult to kind of get on the same page. But I feel like if you kind of remain patient and you remain consistent with that individual, that it will pay off in the long run. So definitely, bookmark this, save this, however you need to, because I want you guys to come back and talk to me and comment down below and let me know, did you meet this person and how are things going? Uh, excuse me. Let me see what else we got for Capricorn in love this year. What else do we have? I feel like I want to go back. I feel like I want to go back to the present time. Let's go back to present time. What does Capricorn need to watch out for in love? Present time. I feel like for Capricorn, this seems like a little different than what we were talking about earlier. I feel that some of you are talking to someone, like you're dealing with someone that you've dealt with before. Like some of you are holding on to like certain connections that you should have let go. You know it should have been gone, but you're still holding on to it. And I feel that it's time for you to let that go. No, we don't need to. No, 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 wait. No friends. You think you can be friends? You think you can be associates? You think you can keep that energy hovering around you? No, you can't. If you didn't want to be with it, why is it in your life at all? It's not good for you either way. It's not. That person doesn't do anything. Those memories that person has, they're bad memories. Yes, there's good ones, but we are not going to be in the year of making excuses for people that hurt us to continue to exist around us. We do not need these reminders of trauma. We don't. That is all that person and these people are, reminders of trauma. Yes, you have healed from it. Some of you, yes, you have let it go, and yes, you have forgiven. But there are some times when that thing just happens to creep up on you, and you got to shake your head like a dog to get rid of it. You shouldn't have to do that. No, you need fresh energy. You need new energy. You need positive energy. You need people around you that are not connected to hurt and pain and betrayal and disrespect. And you gave them everything and they gave you nothing but the shitty end of a stick. No, you need to let that person, you need to let them go. We're not making no excuses about it, and you know it. You feel it too. I'm not doing anything but validating what you already feel. So I feel like that's really important. You need to move on, because that's going to energetically that feels clearer and that feels cleaner for me, and it'll feel the same way for you too, and it's gonna open up. It's gonna open up like a path for new and better energy to come in. But you can't get new and better energy when you're still holding on to the old. Let's see. What else? All right, I know we're supposed to be talking about love, but let's touch a little bit on finances too, because that just popped up. Let's talk about finances. I know, my Capricorns, you really care about that money. I feel a lot of you are making some good money. I feel some entrepreneur energy. Yes, some of you are have already started a business, or you're thinking about starting a business. Um, I feel like there's some procrastination around that though. You got to stop procrastinating. You got to get on it. Those things you need to do, whether you're starting or you're already in it, you know what you need to do. You need to make it happen. Do not procrastinate in this business. If you really want to see success, if you really want to see your rewards, you have to make it happen. I do feel that some of you have a few blockages when it comes to finances, career, or making your own businesses too. Um, some of you are in the wrong place. Some of you are in the wrong place, as in you need to move. You need to relocate. You're trying to plant a seed in soil that isn't fertile. You got to relocate in order to start that business. It's going to flourish over there, and it's going to be able to start over in a new area, is what I see. For some reason, I'm seeing a image of like West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast. So I think if you're on the East Coast and you're thinking about moving to the West Coast, here's your validation. And it's the same thing if you're on the West Coast and you're thinking about moving to the East Coast, here's your validation. I see that arrow going back and forth, back and forth. Um, but I do feel like ultimately for a lot of you, this is going to be a year. Like, I feel like money is going to be a really big thing for y'all this year. That money is coming in. Make sure that you're not blowing it on, the material. Like, you guys like nice things. I see that. We like nice clothes. We want to look nice. We want to smell good. That's okay, but make sure we're just not putting it on that. Like, a lot of you need to invest. You need to make certain investments. Um, that's gonna pay off in the long run. So not just fun, but stability. Let's see what else we got. I think that's all for Capricorn. That's all I'm gonna give for this video. But yeah, that's all. Y'all, it's not too bad, but you got a little bit of work that you need to do for this year. All right. So look, next time we have this conversation, I want to hear nothing but good things. Okay. I want to hear nothing but good things, and I don't want to hear nothing about the person that you're dealing with being the same person that you've been dealing with when I started this video. Okay. So if you like this video, if it resonated with you, make sure you give me a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And stay tuned for more. Thank y'all.